Welcome back to Aries Garage. I really appreciate all the new subscribers that we've gotten. I also want to take a second to say that if you guys go check out ariesgarage.com, there's some extra content over there, some merch, all that great stuff. We try to keep it as up to date as possible. We recently just relaunched it, redesigned everything. So go check that out. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about it. We have a really cool Share Your Build where you guys can tell us about your builds. I really enjoy hearing about your guys' stuff. So go check that out. Fill out the Share Your Build stuff. Anyways, we have we have a whole bunch of car parts for the Nova that I really want to show you guys. And I wanted to show you guys in this video, but I ran into some technical difficulties recording it due to the new mic setup. It just had some one-time difficulties. Got it resolved, but I am leaving for SEMA this week and I'm running behind because of that. So I don't have enough time to refilm it. So I am really sorry about that. But in the next video, you guys will see me do an unboxing, in-depth look at everything and get to installing everything. As you guys see, I got the AC panel kind of on there. You guys will see more about that in a second. But we have everything almost ready to start reinstalling. We're almost there, just some other. Anyways, you guys will see that in the rest of this video. I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, it's the day after the unboxing. I do have one more part I need to order. It's the Pitman arm. ProForge makes one. All the other ProForge parts I have show that they actually fit a 4th gen Nova or X body, which is nice. A lot of companies you have to end up typing in that you have like a 2nd gen Camaro because the subframe's the same and they just don't realize that there's interchange there, which is fine. But the Pitman arm, ProForge, everything else on ProForge website pulled up as actually fitting this, which was really nice. But the Pitman arm didn't, and I was like, oh, maybe there is a slight steering box difference. But I just went and looked, and there's no difference. They're the exact same. So I'm going to order in the Pitman arm tonight. But everything that we have ordered in is we have the drag link ordered. Pitman arm will be ordered tonight. Carb is ordered in here. Riv nut gun will be here. That way we can clean up a bunch of the firewall, get rid of this bunch of self-tappers. So we got that. We have the idler arm ordered. That'll be here, I think, Wednesday, same as the drag link. We have body bushings ordered in here. Pour 15 is ordered in here. Sway bars here. Tie rods are here. Wiring is all here. Shocks are here. Control arms are here. Ordered in a new AC panel that will hopefully fit because the first one I ordered in didn't. So I'm hopeful that'll fit. The rest of the stuff, carb was an engine thing, and I'm not ready to order in all the rest of the stuff, which is all engine stuff. That I just needed to get that done because of Proform. So that's here. So the rest of the stuff on this list is all engine stuff. So that is nice. So that is, yeah. The only thing actually that's not is rotor dust caps. I was looking at these, and we're going to get those replaced as well because I got brand new bearings for it, which are here. Just I think they're inside the house. So I need to work on disassembling all the suspension on both sides. My method here, kind of in the chaos, because there's a lot to it, is going to be sway bar from, unbolt it from both sides, drop it from the frame, tie rods on both sides, in drag link on both sides, and then do rotors, calipers, drop the spindle or drop the lower control arm on the jack, slowly let it down, and so on. So that's my method of madness. I hope it's going to go pretty smooth. Should be relatively easy. Everything is somewhat newer and has been replaced in the last 5-ish years. So we can only hope for the best, I guess. So anyways, that's that. I'm going to get to work on this. Okay, so I have the drag link out. I have the sway bar out. It's all out. That I took the sway bars or the drag link out with the tie rods connected to it. Just killed 3 birds with 1 stone, basically. Just undid the tie rods from the control arms and then undid the idler and Pitman arm. Idler arm is out. Pitman arm is still in because those are much more difficult to remove. But yeah, they're out at least. So with that, we're going to remove this. I'm going to go ahead and remove all this beforehand. Just better safe than sorry. I figure whenever I try to take the easy route on stuff, I end up rushing something and then I end up hurt or end up breaking something. And I just don't really feel like it's cold out a little bit. And I feel like that's the time of year that, you typically end up breaking more knuckles than anything or busting more knuckles and I just don't feel like dealing with that today. Okay, and I plan on replacing that brake line, so I am going to let it dangle. I don't see it being too big of a deal. It's been just one of those weeks. It's been a really off week. I feel like it's been a universally off week. But it's been an off week. I'm also stressed because someone else has my engine, and that just doesn't sit right with me. I don't trust other people. I try to, but I just don't. Go. Just so you guys know, if you guys are tightening these down with a impact, you're doing that wrong. Okay. We're going to be replacing these bearings, but we're going to do our best to take care of them. Just because they are still new bearings. There we go. She was a little bit stuck in there. Nothing too bad though. Now all that's left is I need to undo the top of the shock. I'm trying to see which side I get more room on. Undo the top of the shock, put the jack under here, and undo the ball joints. And then I can take the control arms out, which won't be really hard to do at all. Hopefully, cross my fingers, that won't be hard. Okay, so I am going to do this part off camera. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the jack under here, jack it up, just put just a slight bit amount of pressure on it, nothing insane, just enough to lift it and relieve some pressure. Undo the top of the strut, or not the strut, the shock, and then I'll come in here, undo these ball joints, and once I know that all the weight is on the jack and that it's starting to give a little bit, I'll slowly, once everything's disconnected, slowly lower the jack down. Super simple. May sound difficult. It's really simple. That's what we're gonna do. That's the safest way to do it. Well, yeah, that's about the safest way to do it because you can't get any spring compressors in here. So, and we're gonna leave that shock connected at the bottom because all of this is coming out, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm gonna get this done. I don't want to worry about stressing while it's on camera, hurting myself, because I have nearly done some really bad damage. Because if you don't do this carefully and you're not smart about it, when you undo your ball joints, the weight of this spring launches this down, and it will send stuff flying. I was not smart about it one time, and I got lucky and didn't hurt anyone, but this did go shooting down and into the concrete. So be careful. Just this is one of those times where it is pretty much this is a deadly part of working on cars. A lot of people have gotten hurt from it. But anyways, not to overworry you guys or anything or to sound stupid. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done, and then we'll be on to the next part. Okay, so driver's side is completely gone. There's nothing left on that side. Hopefully you guys can see. No upper control arm, no lower control arm, no shock, no spring, no nothing. It's all out. We have our sway bar and drag link right there. It is completely done. And like I was talking about, it's kind of nerve-wracking to do. There's a lot that could go wrong when you're talking about so much weight on the coil springs there. So we're going to call it a night before I move over to the passenger side here. I'm a little bit nerved out. It's been a while since I've done this. And like I said, I'm not to sound like, I'm pretty stressed out since I dropped that transmission on my thumb. That was one of the most painful things I've ever done. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I had to go get stitches for it. It was really bad. I'm between watching this body move and everything and having to go get extra jack. Well, I didn't have to go buy. I had to go grab extra jack stands from around the shop, put the subframe on extra jack stands. It's just nerve-wracking. There's a lot of weight on these springs. So I'm going to call it quits for the night. I'll come back out. I think my fiance's got to work tomorrow night, so I probably have a pass to come out here tomorrow night. But with that being said, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Our last few parts have come in the mail. As you can see, or if I can point in the right spot, we have our AC panel. It's not all the way installed yet. We'll talk about that in a second. We have our center link, drag link, in link, whatever you want to call it here. It's from ProForge. I'll show you guys the part number for that. We have some wire looms here. and we have the trying to think the idler arm. We have it here as well. So let me give you a quick tour, show you guys the part numbers, show you guys what we're going on with the AC panel, and then I'm going to end this video here so I don't put out a bunch of like super boring, really long videos. But just know there's some actual work coming in the next few videos. Okay, so here is the part number. It is this number right here for the center link. We have some Summit Racing. I have two of these. These are 1/2-inch wire looms. They're nylon. They're really nice, but there's the part number for those. We ordered in, and then I ordered in another 1/4-inch wrap as well. Same thing as that, just nylon and 1/4-inch. I guess they're both nylon. But here's the idler arm part number right there. It is that number right here. And then as for the AC panel, this is one for a 2nd or 3rd gen Camaro. It does actually cover everything. It hangs down a little bit there, but whenever it's actually installed, it gets lifted up ever so slightly. But only one bolt hole lines up at a time. So that kind of sucks. So I'll have to drill out new bolt holes. So since the rib nut gun came in, I can get these holes drilled out. The only issue now is the drill bits that I need that are the correct size for this aren't in. Well, I don't have them on me. I have drill bits for the smallest size here, but the issue is I don't have bolts for the smallest size. I have bolts for the size I was planning on using, which is a 1/4-20, which is the same as like your oil pan bolts, stuff like that. So I have tons of those. I just don't have the correct size drill bit. So no matter which route I go with that, I don't have everything I need to do that. But it's at least up there. That blue is just a cover on it. It comes right off. I went ahead and sprayed primer paint on there, wired wheeled it as well, and then put primer over it all so that way it doesn't rust over time or anything like that. So that's where we're at. We have all of these parts in. I got to get all this all organized. I leave for SEMA in a week, and I don't want to go there with all this stuff in the back of my head like, oh, I should have been doing this. I really need to focus while I'm there, and thinking about all this stuff is just going to distract me from what I got to get done for work and stuff while I'm there. So hopefully I get most of this done, or the kind of mind-boggling stress stuff. Hopefully I get it all done. But I'm kind of just at a standstill right now. We have all the suspension completely torn apart. I do still have the upper control arm on there. I'm not going to lie. I haven't taken that off yet, but that's 2 bolts and 2 nuts real quick. So super simple, and that's probably the reason I haven't done it yet. All right, so I'm wrapping up for the night. I didn't get a whole bunch accomplished tonight. I did a little bit of live stream and stuff like that, so I'm running a little bit behind. But once I get this AC panel installed, which I just need the drill bit for, I can go ahead and wire wheel everything. I didn't want to leave the firewall completely open with big holes like that and fill the interior with a bunch of dust. I know the car's been sitting for a year, so it's got some light dust, but I didn't want to completely fill it with all the dust from the firewall and the frame. So once I get the correct drill bit, I'll get that installed and start wire wheeling absolutely everything, start painting everything. So we are in the home stretch of the disassembly and cleanup part, and then we can start the reassembly. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this, not really rushing this. I'm just really excited to get it done. Some stuff like I don't believe you can do the subframe mounts without a motor in there to help with the weight. I also believe that, or not believe, I also know I got to wait on the wiring until the engine's in there, so that way I know how to route everything. So just a few odds and ends we're waiting on. Can't do it all like I want to do ahead of time. We have to kind of split it up and wait on some certain pieces and stuff like that. So it's quite literally a puzzle. You can't put one piece together and know what comes next until you get one thing done. But as I say, you have those on these big jobs. So that's where we're at with everything. Almost done. I still got to figure out what transmission to run, because if I run this transmission, it's not going to end well, whereas right now I can recover this transmission, use it on something else. If I use it right now, I'm going to blow it up and then have to buy a new one and not be able to use this. But also stay tuned, or check me out on TikTok, Instagram, and other platforms like Facebook, because it is a little bit easier to post more videos and shorter videos over there. So be sure you guys subscribe to those all down below, because that's where I keep the link. So check those out. That way you guys get more up-to-date stuff sooner. And other than that, I will catch you guys later.